much as possible. I mean, do you go to visit your mom a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't know. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable talking about it, but what is it like? I've heard that she's in poor health. I don't really know the specifics about it.
My mom is, you know, I know a lot of tough people,
Yeah.
and my mom is by far the toughest person I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's inspirational. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really just, I mean, not that you don't have a bad word, but you don't even have a bland word to say. Like just all the superlatives you can think of.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nice. So what is the, so yeah, I mean, what is the best memory that you hold from either high school or your time in Coach Bay? I mean, I know it's gonna come off the top of the head, but when you get nostalgic and you start thinking about high school, what does that mean?
Just again, people, great people. I have great friends that a lot of them still to this day. Just the whole experience. I had such a great time. Teachers, coaches, administrators, just all the people that you're around daily. I think there are just a lot of really good, solid people. You know, people that worked really hard and wanted what was best for other people. And yeah, that's a great question. I don't know.
Like a specific thing's kind of tough off the top of your head.
Yeah.
But I bet there's something that you like. There's just like, you know, what was the last time you kind of reminisce and you're like, oh yeah, that was awesome.
I do that all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's gosh. I mean, when you immediately said that, I visualized like walking in the main hall at Marshall High School with everybody walking down the street or walking around and smiling. But I don't know. Specific.
Do you think of that all the time?
No, not all the time.
But
I think about.
It's a welcome memory.
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely.
So that's nice. I mean, obviously, when you walk the halls as the quarterback, it's probably really good.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
You're just sitting there with your backpack and just like nodding your head the whole way, listening to Cool Modi or whatever it is, and you're walking up. That's understandable. God, look at me! I'm making a mess of this whole thing.
Nice.
I mean, this is just incredible. I asked a question. This is more from my curiosity. Both Coach and Floyd said that just unequivocally that you would not ever go pro. I mean, I know this is way down the line, but this is kind of a job that you would assume is about. Do you have a pro team that you follow when you remember?
I was a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Yeah. Well, see, now that is a tough one.
Yeah.
That is a tough one,
Yeah.
certainly.
I was a big Tom Landry and the boys, Roger Staubach, Danny White. I've had I've been fortunate to have a couple opportunities to do that, and I haven't. I love college football. I love the whole deal. Start to finish, builders and men type of deal. But you can never say never. I mean, shoot, I might not have the choice to stay in college football all my life.
Yeah. No, I know that's why it's way down the road.
Right. Yeah.
So.
But
maybe not that way, but it's pretty way.
But I love college football.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So is the ideally in 5 or 10 years, where would you want to be?
Right here.
Right here, with unequivocally, not even a question. You definitely want to be. Well, it's nice. I've been sitting here and I almost fell asleep. This has got to be like the nicest leather. Like they fed it's pure grains. Like absolutely incredible.
Organic leather.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so I mean, are you gonna do you have a vacation home in Coos Bay? Are you gonna even think about something like that?
We've actually talked about something like that, but yeah.
Really?
My parents, still have a house there, and so we go back there. But yeah.
Yeah.
Are you selling?
Me? No, I'm renting a studio apartment, so definitely not selling.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you well, that would be kind of a cool thing. I mean, obviously you're getting. I looked up your salary because I'm a nosy guy, and the only thing is not what your salary is, but as compared to other Pac-12 coaches, who almost like for some reason that was the big kind of thing. And you have a lot of very good incentives that I would assume that you're probably going to meet, but that's a very kind of weird thing that people would just immediately compare to how like Lane or Jim Mora or all those kind of guys are. But I mean, it's not chicken feed, so it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. I mean, also this is the only football question I wanted to ask. What would you do if Manziel stayed here?
It would have been fun, we had a great competition. We had that summer camp when those guys were here. Marcus and Johnny were here at the same time. It was just fireworks. It was incredible to watch those guys work out and compete with and against each other. They're really good with each other, competitive, but helping each other out. And we've had the good fortune of having a lot of competitions like that. You know, guys that obviously, you know, everyone wants to be the starting quarterback,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you've got to
Bring out the best in them.
team first. Yeah, exactly. And it would have been interesting. Yeah, we love our quarterback, and we were trading for the world. And you know, hopefully John gets everything, all that other stuff straightened out.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, you're pretty happy with your guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I almost forgot to ask you this, and this is one of the things I needed to ask you. Floyd told me that you were into professional wrestling. Is that true?
Who wasn't in professional wrestling? Portland wrestling back in the day.
Portland wrestling?
Yeah,
So
Portland
not necessarily Macho Man or anything like that?
Well, no, Macho Man passed away, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a heart attack behind the wheel.
You know, I think I was much more into Portland wrestling at the time, but you still had to be
What is Portland?
Portland wrestling was like, you know, there was regional wrestling like Playboy Buddy Rose and Woody Jack Haynes, all about their start up there.
So it's just
they used to kind of travel throughout Oregon, and I think twice a week were in Portland.
Yeah.
They used to come to Marshville
And you had to go
once
there?
a month or something.
And your dad was
working there, yeah.
Yeah, your dad was a amateur wrestler, not amateur, but Greco-Roman, right? Yeah.
He wrestled in high school and college.
Yeah. And so, I mean, that's kind of a weird transition, you know.
He wasn't a professional wrestler.
No.
He would have looked good in the outfits, though.
Yeah. So that was actually something that you obviously don't watch it now. It's very juvenile.
I haven't watched wrestling in years. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody grows up, you know. But yeah, in high school you were interested in that kind of stuff. Just the Portland thing. But
Yeah, and then they had what was it, WWF at night. I'm trying to remember now these guys.
I mean, I try to know as
Iron
much as
Sheik.
possible. The Iron Sheik,
Iron Sheik.
who was a great Twitter follow. I don't even know. Are you on Twitter?
I am on Twitter.
Are you?
I can't say that with a straight face.
Yeah.
I am.
Who forced you to go on Twitter?
The job.
The job. Now, do you tweet frequently? You're like, I'm just looking at the news side.
I bet I've tweeted less. I don't know, not very many times.
Not very many times? No. I mean, what is the best part of having this job?
The best perk.
And not like, you know, I mean, you're going to say you get to, you know, teach young kids, which is obviously a very valuable thing, but I'm talking like completely superficial perk.
The completely superficial perk would be the parking spot during construction. Because construction was, you know, because there was stuff all around here for a couple of years, and having a dedicated spot was huge.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you ever watch yourself on these kind of media things? Are you that vague in any way?
No, I would. I have no interest in doing that.
No, you're not gonna.
Turns it on.
You don't want to see you make a sports header here or whatever.
Oh, I'll probably say something stupid, and that's gonna happen. Yeah.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is, I mean, you can can the same responses because they're always going to be about Chip. At least until, actually, it'll be about Chip probably until maybe you lose your first game in 2016. Yeah. So it'll be a nice little thing. Like it's gonna always be like, oh, how do you think Chip? You know, how do you think Chip did this? And it's got to be kind of a. He's got a very. Did you hear what he's got to deal with now?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very fun thing. You know.
He'll handle it.
You guys, I mean, you guys have, and I hear the thing about the new recruit Terry Robinson, and none of this stuff's going to be spoiled by the way, but his charges and that. I mean, that's got to be a fun thing to have to deal with. It's such a small thing. I covered crime down there, which believe me is very busy, very busy.
Yeah.
But harassment is such a small charge that it's strictly just media driven. You know, it's just the fact that someone got in trouble.
It's part of the deal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, stuff like that comes up and you gotta handle it.
I mean, and that's. I mean, I don't think people are necessarily clamoring like in Ohio State with Meyer, how they want to get somebody suspended. And he's an. I mean, is he going to redshirt or what's the?
Don't know yet.
Don't know. Oh yeah. You don't know any of that kind of stuff. But, you might not even say who your starting quarterback is. You might even pull that kid, right? No, I mean, you guys are in certain situations probably bring it with Bennett, right?
He transferred.
Did he?
Yeah, he transferred.
That's good by the goalie.
Yeah.
Where did he go?
He went to Southeast Louisiana. Southeast Louisiana.
Southeast Louisiana.
He came by and visited a couple weeks ago, and he's doing great. And I'm happy for him.
Is there anything specific from being in Marshfield that you would still apply to today?
Oh yeah, many things.
Any specifics?
Well, just like specifically, we talk about Pre. Right, his whole story I think resonates in a lot of ways. Not only how his mentality approached practice, how he approached races, his quote unquote demise, and then I think again just the people, the blue collar mentality. We have a lot of fancy stuff, but if we don't work hard, it doesn't matter. And those things are a lot of people that I grew up around that worked really hard and earned everything they got.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to probably apply that personally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's the coolest thing that you've been able to do since you got this job, or even since you came here? What is the coolest thing that you actually could brag about to your friends about? There's got to be some kind of thing where you met Hulk Hogan or something like that.
Haven't met Hulk Hogan.
Was there anybody that you met where you were legitimately starstruck?
Well, I get starstruck a lot. Phil Knight is incredible. I met him when I was here in 1997. But just to have a guy like that as an asset, somebody that you can pick the brain of the guy who's one of the greatest businessmen in history. That's unbelievable. Pat Kilkenny the same way. When I traveled at Casey Martin, a friend of mine, going down watching the U.S. Open and being around all those guys, you meet a lot of people there. But
no big time guy that you followed when you were younger that you just met. Like, have you met Roger Staubach?
I met Roger Staubach actually when I was at Arizona State. His granddaughter was working in the baseball office. I had dinner the other night with Ronnie Lott and Kirk Herbstreit when we were out east and being around those guys and Ronnie Lott, and I'm asking Ronnie Lott about the new targeting rule and asking him about that kind of stuff was fascinating. And
Kirk is the best at his job in all the world.
He's awesome. He does a great job. Yeah. Great guy. Ronnie Lott was my mom's favorite player, so it was funny that we were talking about that for a little bit. And he actually lives in Sun River part of the time, so he's part Oregonian. He's learning.
Yeah, well, see, I'm a Niners fan, which is So I actually saw him at a San Francisco Giants game, and actually had a baseball that's not running out.
Now that you go back on that, I did get the chance. I met Frank Robinson and Willie Mays one time. I'm a Giants fan too, and that was I died right then. We had a good friend of mine named Don Carson that owns a restaurant down in Scottsdale. Would do all the catering for the Giants spring training, and we went up there one time and got to meet all those guys, and that was really cool. And it was cool because I was like a little kid and
And that was while you were here, huh?
That was when I was at Arizona State.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, for some reason, Scottsdale, it just brings about
a bunch of people.
Old celebrities who just really want to hang out and play golf.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's good stuff for that.
I heard. Yeah. So, is there any kind of, what is the lasting thing that you're gonna remember from Coos Bay, and what you're gonna, is there any kind of thing that you're gonna really kind of carry out for the next, while you're here?
I think just what we're talking about, just the people. I think anytime you're around people that are just solid to the core, hardworking, fun, and just every memory that I have of Coos Bay is great and positive, and that's it.
Well, Dave's here now.
Beckoning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it was awesome to meet you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I wish you, I'm also going to be rooting for you the best of luck. But I wish you the best of luck this year.
Awesome. We'll take it.